whether you're involved in the warrior movement or you're involved in another business, whatever that it is, principles are principles. And I'm going through a live day-by-day play on how to do things so you can really scale something significant. But today we're going to talk about habits, because when it comes to achieving anything of success, notice success is doing things a certain way. And there's a beauty of compound effect. So if you want to build a brick wall, Will Smith was coined by saying this, and I don't know how I feel about Will. He had a little fall, right, with this whole slap situation, but I still like Will. He's always given the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to me, but very, very successful, had a lot of good philosophies. And he said that his father taught him something very powerful. And for him and his brother, the father would say, every day go out and take a brick and set it down perfectly. And then they were griping about it. They were annoyed by that because that's like a lot of work. You know, these are kids. So they go out, they take the brick and they set it down powerfully. The day afterwards, he would say, go do the same thing again. So the next day, they take another brick and make sure that it's nice and perfect. And brick by brick by brick by brick, by the end, there was a beautiful, perfect brick wall. And the message was that success is built up brick by brick at a time, but to do it a certain way, to do it well. So with you and your business, if you want the big goal, the big dream, the dream home, the dream car, the dream life, the lifestyle of freedom, the impact, the legacy, if you want that, warrior, then it comes down to knowing what to do daily. And if you're not doing it daily, you're not going to get the success in the long run. Success is habits. We call it in the warrior movement, we have what's called the fast start training. I encouraged our team to go through that constantly. You want to know your system like the back of your hand. You want to drill your habits like the back of your hand. And there's 5 habits to do daily. If you want to build up your business, there's 5 habits. We call them daily methods of operation that you want to get down. And I wonder, warrior, do you know what those 5 are? If you do, maybe comment one of them below. I'll go through them. But here are the 5 that will benefit you in your business, okay? Number 1, use and share your product. Use and share your product. Now, for me, we're partnered with a health and wellness business. So I'm using the products every day. One of my favorite ones is this Renew right here. This stimulates human growth hormone production in the body and helps you with anti-aging, fat loss, energy, muscle recovery, so many cool things. So use the product that you have. Good morning. But number 2, and don't just use the product, you also want to share the product. If you're in a business, business is run because you have customers. So every day, are you using the product to be a product of the product? But also every day, are you using the product? Are you sharing the product? Are you bringing it around with you and sharing it with those that are around you? I used to bring it to work. I used to bring it to school, for example. I take my product in front of people. I share it on my social media, post it on their stories. Like, where can you share? The more that you share, the more customers you're going to have. Okay, so number 1 success habit is to use and to share the product. And my challenge would be every day do it better. Every day do it better. Can you be a better example of your product? And can you share it better? Okay, put a 1 in the comments if that you got that one down so far. Use and share the product. Number 2. Oh, there we go. Diane's got it. Absolutely. Diane's got the 5 down. Good job. That's why your business is growing. Number 2, post on social media. Now, this is a habit that not everyone does. But if you want to build an online business, if you want to build something of scale, if you want to be able to expand international, I mean, just as early as today, I was talking to someone in Australia. I was talking to someone in the United Kingdom. I was talking to someone in Africa. I was talking, of course, to North America. I mean, we have opportunities now where you can scale business from everywhere. If you want to do that, you got to show up in places where people can find you. Social media is one of the most powerful free tools that we all have. And we just have to start. So every day, are you posting on social media? Now you might ask, well, what should I post on social media? We dive further into this in our fast start, but add value. Just add value. And what does that mean? Here's the easiest thing that I would do on social media is share your growth journey. If you just treat your social media like a documentation of your growth journey to success, everybody likes a good come up story, don't they? Everyone loves the Rocky stories or these rags to riches stories or these come ups. So if you look at your own social media as almost a documentation, whether it's on your post, your feed, or it's your stories, like the ones that go away in 24 hours, if you just share, you know what starts to happen? It is the least salesy, most impactful way because people start to follow along with you on your journey. In fact, that's probably the number one recruiting tool that we have, especially if you're newer in business. I remember my wife, before her being my wife, she was my top leader. I recruited her into my business. You know what she did? Is every day when she would learn something in her business, she would just start to share it. She would tell her friends about what she learned. She talked about how excited she was. And just because of that growth journey, she piqued people's curiosity and they would start to ask her about her business. You can do that on your social media. Okay, so number 2, daily method of operation or success habit, post on social. Just start getting out there. You don't have to get super fancy, but just start getting out there and you'll get better over time, okay? Put a 2 if you got that down. Put a 2 in the comments if you got that down. Okay. Number 3, success habit. My favorite personally. Every day, personally develop. Personally develop. Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because if you want to make more, if you want to earn more, then you have to become more valuable to the marketplace. So what are we doing every day? If you're on this, you're personally developing. You're developing your skill set, your mindset, yourself. Add more value to you every day. I'm so big on this. So you know what I do is every morning, I dedicate time. Every day, I dedicate time. In fact, for me, I'm upset when I'm in an obsessed growth mode. Every day is a battle. How much better can I be today? So what are you listening to, for example? I swapped out music for personal growth. Reading's awesome. You know, if you hang out with me during a growth period, you know what I'm listening to right now? I'm listening to a bunch of sermons. I'm listening to business stuff. I'm listening to things like this. I'm reading books. Like I'm just obsessed. But you have to also know what it is you're aiming to get better at. Right? For those in the warrior movement, what I'm telling them is one thing, if you want to master your skill set, like know what you're trying to master, I'd be listening to what's called our fast start training on repeat over and over and over and over and over again, where you not just know it, but you do it, you can teach it. Okay, so know what to grow in. But personal development, number 3, super key. Every day, battle to get better version of yourself. Okay, I hope that when you see me tomorrow, I'm not the same James Zheng as I was today. I hope every single day you see that I'm getting better and better and better and better. And I hope that people, when they see you, they know that you're getting better as well too. Outpace your growth. Okay. Put a 3 in the comments if personal development makes sense. Number 4, daily success habit. When it comes to building out an organization, you don't have to do this if you don't want to build out an organization, but if you want to build an organization, this is key. Number 4, attend events, but also grow events. The second part is what most people don't do. The first part is important. If you want to grow, the best thing to do is to attend events in your business. Live events, Zoom events, in-person events, whatever the events are. In the warrior movement, we have almost daily events that happen live or on replay. So you can feed yourself. You can grow in your skill set. You can grow in your confidence. You can grow in your belief. But the challenge is this, and I believe most people, they don't do the second part. And they're missing out on the fruit of not just building your business, but the fruit of your call. You see, we're meant to not just be reservoirs. If you know how a reservoir works, reservoirs contain water. And they collect bunches of water, but if you go there, nothing grows. The reason why nothing grows is nothing's coming out of the reservoir. So many times we get stuck in this constant reservoir moments in our lives, in our development. We say, I got to fill myself. I got to fill myself. I got to fill myself. And then one day I will be ready to fill other people. Warrior, don't work like that. The moment that you fill yourself, find a way to fill someone else. Be a river, not a reservoir. So who can you help today? Learn and teach. Learn and teach. And one of the best ways to do that is when you attend events, then make an effort to grow events. For example, tonight, if you're watching this live, our wellness advisor, Lily Lou, does a health call. I'm going to go, but I'm also thinking, who can I bring? You need to do both. Otherwise, you're not growing. Otherwise, you're becoming a reservoir, and reservoirs not a good place to be at because things die in a reservoir. You know, the scariest place to be at, especially when you get into business and personal growth, is when we're in constant getting ready mode. I've been there. You're just thinking, one day I'll serve. One day I'll help. One day I'll go. Yes, be a river, right? But you're stagnating your growth. Fill yourself every day and overflow with other people. If that makes sense, put a 4 in the comments. Daily success habits. Attend so you can grow, but also grow events. Bring your teammates, bring your customers, bring your prospects, whatever that it is. Make an effort every single day to do better on that. And the final thing, daily success habit in scaling out your business. Number 5 is what we call the pipeline. Every business has a pipeline. The pipeline is the sales process. The pipeline is the process of bringing somebody from not knowing to knowing. Businesses do the pipeline, churches do the pipeline, schools do the pipeline, army does the pipeline. If you're in business, if you're not doing the pipeline, then you're not doing business, straight up. Okay. Every day, who are you prospecting? Every day, who are you qualifying? Who are you inviting? Who are you presenting to? Who are you following up with? Are you doing this more every single day? This morning, did you do the pipeline? Yesterday, did you do the pipeline? Am I doing the pipeline? I'm always doing the pipeline. Right before this, I was following up. Right before this, I was inviting new prospects. It's just a part of you. And you have to do it in quantity. You have to do it in mass. So every day, can you do the pipeline consistently, number 1? But then every day, are you consistently growing in your pipeline as well, too? Now, that does not necessarily just mean in your own personal one. I believe leader leads from the front. So do it at a high level, but also duplicate that. Because you know what's great about a team building business is when your team does the pipeline, your pipeline grows as well, too. So can you scale it? Can you grow it? Can you have more prospects going through your pipeline? More customers being exposed, more business partners being exposed. Like, what can we do? And think every day, how do I make this better? How do I make it bigger? How do I do it in better quality? How do I do it in bigger quantity? That's the end game. If you have enough people being exposed to your business, you just give it some time. As long as you're doing things with high quality, you're going to have more business. So what are your daily success habits in scaling your business? 5 things. Once again, number 1, use and share your product. Number 2, post on social media. Number 3, personally develop. Number 4, attend and grow events. And number 5, do the pipeline. If you do these 5 things every single day, and then you teach how to do that with other people, you give it some time, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, you're going to look back, and just like what Will Smith's dad said to Will Smith, you're going to look at your huge wall of perfect bricks. And you're like, how did that get put together? It's because every day you were diligent. Every day you were focused on that. But if that makes sense to you today and you're willing to take that on and to do that, put a 5 in the comments. Because if you start today's the best day to start. You know, if you don't learn determination, I appreciate that comment now. The determination, consistency is what it's all about, right? So I hope you can see I practice what I preach. Daily success habits, right? Whatever I want to get good at, you got to do it every single day. Okay. That is just the lesson to life. Awesome. Hey, other than that, Warriors, we are preparing, by the way, May 13th in 2 days. We are launching with the biggest growth campaign in our business ever. tune into these daily wisdoms and you're going to get a lot of insight. If you're in the warrior movement, you're going to see what's going to go down there. If you're outside of it, but you're in your own business, follow along with these. And if you are looking for other opportunities and you're curious about what it is we got going on here, I'd love to invite you to take a look at what's going on behind the veils. We are literally teaching you the what to do, why to do it, how to do it, everything to scale up an income and an impact around the world. That's going to be the biggest thing ever. You mark my words, 90 days from now, people are going to look back and be like, what just happened with this organization? It's because we're doing things a certain way. So if you'd like some information on that, shoot me a message or a fellow warrior message. Also, you can fill out the link in the caption, and it's going to be a ton of fun. All right, everyone, tomorrow, come back. I got one final topic to cover before we launch, and it's going to be awesome. Other than that, share this, like this, subscribe to this. Warriors out.